Yeah, I can kind of give you through the journey that we've had over the last like 4 years. So co-founder, who's the CEO, we met 4 years ago. We started working on this side project together in traditional fintech space. And through that experience, we were building on like ACH rails and wire rails, just traditional financial rails. And we're really frustrated with the tools that were available to us as founders. And at the same time, we got excited about DeFi and for the summer of 2021 and started experimenting with stablecoins and had a few aha moments through that where we realized this is like the future. It's eventually going to be ubiquitous, but it became clear to us that what was holding back was that actual utility and the backwards compatibility. So I can send you a stablecoin and that's great. It would settle in seconds and it will cost fractions of a penny, but the things that you could do with it were really limited. You couldn't go into like a coffee shop or you couldn't buy a laptop. So we realized if we wanted to accelerate adoption of stablecoins, and for us, that stablecoins felt like the only way to really upgrade the global financial rails. All of fintech for the past few decades has just been lipstick on a pig. And this is actually a way to go from first principles and build like a global financial rail. So we were excited about accelerating adoption and we had to figure out this problem. So that's when we started Rain at the end of 2021 to focus on that. And it became very clear that cards was the best wedge, because if you can make stablecoins spendable with cards, have access to hundreds of millions of merchants globally that now are accepting stablecoins without even knowing it. And in 2021, early adopters in stablecoins were really people in emerging markets, and then crypto native teams like DAOs, foundations, crypto funds. All these people were already living on-chain kind of bankless lives, and they were accumulating large amounts of stablecoins and had this problem where their expenses weren't any different than a traditional business. They had an office, they had conferences they had to go to, they had supplies they had to buy.
Team, they had to pay.
Exactly. We decided to make that our ICP, and we built spend management platform for crypto native team. So almost like a Ramp or a Brex, but focused on crypto with no bank in the middle. Through that experience, we built out all the infrastructure to do stablecoin native card settlement. We became a principal member of Visa, and we got all the licensing we needed to issue cards in many markets. And then starting 2 years ago, we realized that the opportunity is a lot bigger. There's all of these consumer demands, but we were never going to be the best at launching a consumer program, especially when we're seeing demand in places like Bolivia or like Nigeria or the Philippines. Like we're never going to beat a startup that's local on the market, but we could offer these startups all the infrastructure they need to launch a stablecoin program. So starting last year, we started powering a bunch of different programs to launch their own cards.
Such an interesting, like, just to pause on that journey of realizing that. Was this something that in the, like that's because that little, it's like when a plane, like a little change, totally different destination.
Exactly.
But I really think that for knowing like what you guys are doing now was so pivotal and really is like where the big opportunity is. Like, when did that become obvious to you personally? Or did you know the whole time? Like,
no, I think we knew that what we were really building was the infrastructure. That was the important piece. Initial ICP, that was the customer that we were solving a problem for.
The crypto native checklist.
Yeah. But we really thought like the infrastructure was the important piece and that other people would have this problem. And then we got to a point in the business where we were starting to saturate that initial ICP. Like we were already powering a lot of the largest DAOs and foundations out there. So when you think about how do you grow this concentric circle that is your total addressable market, we started thinking about, okay, we can go deeper into this B2B space and start figuring out how do we onboard businesses in Latin America or in Africa and continue being that B2B product, or we can go this different route and become more of a platform. So that was kind of the juncture that we were at. It's like, do we go deeper, be B2B more, build more of the product, or we become more of this horizontal platform that can power all these different use cases? And we just had more demand pulling us in this platform side where people, either our customers or people that saw the cards that we were issuing, were saying, how do I embed this into my app? Or how do I do this for my customers? So kind of our customers kind of pulled us in that direction.
It's a good way to build.